All right. And this is going to be a Paifu review for the recording made on the 13th of June. With us here is Kevin on the left, playing on the left, Nicky playing on the right. And Kevin, since this is your first time, just to introduce the sort of like the format, we're just going to watch the replay, pause it whenever we want to talk about something. And then Nima, Bryant might ask you questions. Those questions aren't necessarily like they don't mean that you're right or wrong. Uh, they don't have to mean that. It's just for you to think about and explain your thought process. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me also speed that up. Oh, and yeah, this recording unfortunately has the corners cut off a little bit. So you'll just have to remember that Kevin called a none right here. I will fix that next time. I change things up, and change is never good.
When you have multiple tiles that you just are pretty sure you're not going to use, it's better to discard the more dangerous ones first and hold the safer ones for later, especially in the early game.
Yeah, but like I kind of forgot at the moment, so yeah.
And just for those watching, the rule set here is just Saikoi Sen rule set, so no Akadora. And this is just as for the purposes of that day, it was not a set game. It's not cumulative score in any way.
Okay, so we should ask Nikki how she chose which the to break up.
Yeah, the four
The
five versus 6 7.
yeah, I think I was thinking about it. I remember thinking about it and I couldn't really tell, so I went with 5-8 because it's closer to the edge and there was 9 so was discarded.
You mean one other player discarded a
Yeah,
9
one
so?
one other 9 so discarded.
I mean, going with it because it's closer to the edge, and at the time, I think there was only one of each of those tiles for each of those the men discarded, like 1 6 and 1 5 so. So that's fine. I wouldn't really count on that 9 so being like meaning that the 8 so was good though.
Yeah, but like even if that 9 so wasn't there, we would still go with 5/8 so just because it's closer to the edge, right?
Yeah, when there's no other
Yeah, 'cause they look like
no other
basi-
information.
They look the same.
I mean, if
Okay.
you're thinking about them being equally as good, right? Would a final weight of 4/6 be better than 5/8 due to your cut order from the other person's perspective? If you cut the 4 so like this, right? They might think 5/8 is just Urasugi. The 3/6 is not really Urasugi to the 4 pin though, because you kind of had an extra 4 pin in your pile.
Yeah, that is true.
Just small differences. Oh.
So the 5 mon discard from Kevin was just, pushing it, I'm guessing.
Because I'm dealer.
I mean, that doesn't mean you have to push.
That's true. But
Is that a 2/3/3 in his hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of okay to push given Sujis.
I
But
mean, like,
you could just cut 9 pin, yeah.
I mean, I'm not I'm not saying the 5 mon discard was bad, but like the reason given was not good.
Oh,
it's also pretty early in the game, so
Yeah, I mean that's what Brian's saying. Like, not that much had passed, so it like you don't have any real safe tiles anyway. So it's like, all right, you can push a little bit, but just pushing because you're a dealer is not a good mindset to have.
yeah, it's like at that time I think I didn't have too much of safe tiles, but if I get more as the game goes on, there are more safe tiles, I might decide to like fold.
Yeah, I mean on the Ipatu turn you only had, well, you didn't have anything, so like 5 mon I think was fine, but then when the 6 pin passed, you had all your 9 pin.
Yeah.
And like I'm not saying you should have necessarily folded there. It's just it should be, something you think about.
So, is the 8 so worth mentioning here? Is it just because the 9 so
We
was
should
discarded?
we should ask about it.
Yeah, so Kevin, the 8 so discard here, right? Is that just because you already discarded 9 so?
Yeah.
Okay.
there's also no more NISOs left.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If the ton comes out, will you pull?
I didn't pawn the first one because if I pawn, it's basically like 1,000-point hand, so I didn't really want that.
So
I don't have any Doras.
Okay,
I
so
also
how could you
leave the 3 mon, so if I get Dora, I can use that.
Uh-huh. So if you're not going to call tone, then what sort of value are you going for? Just hoping you get the Dora and then just reach Dora or something?
Get Dora or just go for reach.
Because if it's reach only, that's also just like 1300, right?
But also, I get a chance for Wura.
Okay.
Sumoura. Could
But
also, there's still the tone left.
But do you think that this hand could reasonably get to Tempai that quickly?
Yeah.
Are you asking us or just Kevin?
I mean, yeah, well, mainly Kevin.
At this point, maybe. But like because my hand isn't that big, even if someone reach, I can safely just fold by discarding both the taunt.
Hmm.
If that's what you're after, I think that's fine. But saying that you'll be able to get to Ricci, I don't think that's reasonable given how narrow your tile acceptance is.
Yeah, that's true.
Personally, I would just call and like happily take 1,000 points because the hand, if you call, it should be quick, but if you don't, like it'll be slow.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, it's like the difference between calling and not calling. Like the value of your hand is basically the same, right? But it slows down your hand a lot if you don't.
Yeah, you don't lose that much value by calling. So, Lillian discarded 8, so is that something you should be concerned with?
Yeah. It seems like she's pushing.
Does it?
I mean, ASO is one chance.
Yeah, you need to be able to
Oh, right.
like
Yeah,
see
never
what.
mind.
That's why I asked. Yeah, because like when someone reaches, right, you generally want to discard the relatively more dangerous tiles on the board that are safe against the Ricci first, and then save the tiles that are like safe against everyone for later. And you also have to be able to see if other people are pushing against the Ricci, because that means they
Right.
could be Tenpai. And that's why like seeing if players discard tiles that haven't passed, seeing if those tiles are like reasonable to discard, like reasonably safe, is kind of important.
Mhm.
Very exciting, Kyoku.
No mistakes. So discarding the 9-pin here versus your other options, you're still looking for a block, right? Unless you consider the 2-4 as another one. Oh, okay.
Can we go back to Kevin's hand on
Sure.
the 1-pin?
On the 1-pin?
Yeah. On this cut, right?
Mhm.
It seems definitely more efficient to cut the 1-pin for the downman acceptance. But you could also think about your total acceptance only goes down by 1 if you cut the 4-pin to keep the Chanta chance.
The Chanta chance.
I want to use Dora for Soul.
Yeah,
So,
but you could also just you could still use it if you just have to pay or the Sanshoku. And it seems like right now it seems like a lot of blocks, right? It's that you only be weakening your 3-4-pin block by a little bit, and I'm not telling you to cut your 4-cell right now.
but
Yeah.
going for Chanta or Sanchoku is kind of slow, so I didn't really want to do that.
But you're really saying that the 3-4-5, like the overall hand speed is going to be increased by that much by upgrading the content? I think it's worth a shot.
I think part of it is right. If you want to use the Dora, and then like you already have enough other blocks, so if you stick something to the Dora, then you could get rid of 1 3-pin later. Like even if you cut 4-pin right now.
Mhm.
But I would also look a little bit at the Chanta Sanchoku here. Maybe not too much, but I think if you're looking for Chanta and Sanchoku, you should just get rid of the Dora here. So like I'm totally fine keeping the Dora, but like you already have enough blocks, and if you keep the hand closed, it'll be Mangon for sure. And even if you have to open, it's not like the end of the world.
Mhm.
So Nima, you would just do Dora if you really wanted, Chanta Sanshoku. But if not, then just one pin is fine.
Yeah, I think so. Because like not only do you already have enough blocks, and you can see like expensive Yaku with the blocks that you have, but you would have to stick something to your Dora and then get rid of either your good Beyondmen block or one of your blocks that would give you value. So it's like,
Right.
is the trade-off really worth it?
And I wanted to talk about Nicky's 9-pin as well.
Uh-huh.
Because if you draw 8-pin, right, then you have a downman 5-6 waiting on 4-7.
Yeah.
So like with regards to other floating tiles, wouldn't keeping the 9-pin be better?
Then what? Like what are the
Well, I mean, like obviously tone, but like obviously tone, but also like 7, like two mon.
I think no, I don't think 9-pin is better than 2-mon at all.
Yeah, that's is Tumon even a floating block? It makes its own block with a 4-mon.
I don't
If you
think you
just
need to keep 2 floating tiles when you already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Especially if one of them is like the 9-pin as a floating thing is not that great. Having a little bit of safety is for tone is not bad either.
Okay. I would just cut tone in this case, but I can see why 9-pin's not a sacrifice per se.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I could see why you want to cut 7 so maybe because of the overlap, but this hand is like you technically have enough blocks, and they're all Tanya blocks.
Yeah, that's
So
why
I would look.
9-pin over 7. So
Oh, because of the Tanyao? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't consider.
You didn't consider Tanya?
I am the opposite of Tanyao Bio. Alright, anyways.
But yeah, like like if you have to call, it's not the end of the world. And like if you pair up the Dora, even if you're stuck with a 6-0 Contran, like you can still call
Yeah,
for 58.
that would definitely be good, yeah.
Okay, so here, Kevin, if the North comes out, would you call it? Oh well, I mean,
Obviously before the 9, so yeah.
yeah.
Probably
And then discard what?
8 soul.
Any particular reason?
Because 4 soul is Dora. if I discard 4, it's just gonna be 1,000.
But if you keep the 4, then it's only going to be 2,000.
But if he draws another 4... That's true.
But 2,000 is better than 1,000.
But a
Th-
harder
there's
to win.
another-
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
harder
it
to
harder?
win.
Not in this particular board state, I don't think.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
there's
not-
2, so...
Yeah, not in this particular state, but like keeping a weight around the Dora just to increase the value by 1,000 points is generally not worth it. Like, unless you absolutely need that extra 1,000 points. In this case, since there's 2 7-so discarded, I think it's fine. But if there were only 1 7-so discarded, I think you should just take the 7-so weight.
Really? Interesting.
I mean,
I don't
the value is
disagree.
not- What was that?
I was saying I don't disagree.
Okay. Like if I mean like the value is just it's not worth the much lower win rate, I think.
Okay, if you were playing with Akkas, though, then would you take the 5? So wait.
Then the win rate's even lower because no one's going to throw the Akka.
Ah, okay. But you could draw it.
if you threw the 4-so and like someone pwned it, would you fold from that?
It depends.
It would depend on what you have to throw for your non-fold.
So here, for the same reason, Nima, you would have just reached on like 4-so?
No, I think since there's 2 7-so discarded, you can reachie and wait on the 5-so. It's because it's a reachie.
I mean, like, if there were only like 1 7-so out.
No, I think you can still reachie
Oh,
waiting on
okay.
the 5-so.
Okay, because it's reach.
Yeah, because now if you reach Itsumo and have a Dora, then this is 1326. Like when you call, it'd be more expecting to win off someone else. But if you reach it's more because you want a Tsumo, right? couldn't pull, or couldn't she?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Cheat the last one.
Oh, was this? This was the one that Lillian.
Yeah, Lillian was like, shouldn't have folded.
Yeah, but well, I don't know why she did.
Wait, what happened?
She was
Yeah,
Mangan Senpai, and she folded because she had to throw Dora. And then she drew her winning tile right after.
Yeah, did the door pass or something?
No.
So it isn't folding fine.
folding's fine.
Very proper.
Is it though from Mangan?
And there's not
There's
many
no more
tiles left, right?
Was it manga? I mean, the thing is, if you don't think that you have a reasonable chance of winning the hand, it doesn't matter what the hand is worth.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a little concerned about that 3-pin discard.
Do you want to go back to Kevin's 3-pin discard?
Yeah.
You're concerned?
Yeah, why don't you just cut Shah here?
I already have 5 blocks. So, like,
Yes.
I mean, you actually have 6 blocks.
yeah,
6.
6. So, like, I wanted to cut the weakest block.
Brian, were you just saying 3-pin was bad because of potential Sanshoku? Is that why?
It's also that since you already have enough blocks, right? The Knight A block wouldn't be as important. And I mean, you could just have both you can just have everything if you cut the Shah. Because both of your, like one of your extra block is just pretty weak. I wouldn't mind the Shah for a chance of Sanshoku and better blocks. It's really hard to improve the Knight A block into a downman.
Yes. So the reason is like, why are you keeping the Shah then, right? Or the question is.
Yeah.
Or safety.
But why?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I said this in the last one. When like wanting to keep safe tiles is fine, but like there has to be a reason.
Anticipating future reaches.
That's probably not a good reason. Oh, so why did you decide to cut the penchant here then?
So 6 blocks.
Yeah, I think same reason.
Same reason, 6 blocks, and you just want to keep that as a safe tile. Because you're scared of future reaches. Like what is Nima, what would be like a example of a good answer? Just so, people watching know what you're talking about.
to keep a safe tile.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
That's too advanced for the people watching.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh,
No, but really, like, the main thing is you should prioritize your own hand first. If you're in any doubt at all, keeping save tiles, without like fully understanding how your hand is going to progress, it could backfire really badly. And I mean, if you're just not, if your tile efficiency like isn't on point, then it's just going to hurt you more than it helps you.
I also would say I think you can consider cutting the 8-mon first.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Like if you're looking for safety, and then why cut the safer 9-mon first, and why cut the safer tune here first instead of the 8-mon?
Maybe it's 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for 6, 7, 8, you should have been looking for 3, 4, 5. I think.
Yeah.
Juan pushes so much.
Who? What?
Juan is sitting
that's
on
Juan.
the top. Yeah.
Oh,
He just pushed Ida Yonken 8, so Ipatsu.
sees 3/6 in his hand.
I hope so.
Even if you saw 3/6 in your hand, like 7-so is still better, right? Because it's Suji.
If he added, yeah.
He did. It was Tadashi, the 7-so.
But so was the 6-mon. He could have picked up the 7, so when he Tadashi
Yeah.
the 6-mon.
Oh, that's true.
Very good.
What's very good?
This reach.
The Rishi. Why'd you cut so fast, Aaron?
It wasn't relevant because I mean we're reviewing these people's hands.
The point
It's-
exchange.
Scoring
It's
counts
important.
as part of the game, right?
What?
Scoring is part of the game, so Yeah.
Oh,
Arguably, the points exchange is even more important than the hand.
why is that?
Points, man.
You're playing for points, not for hands.
I'm gonna make a meme picture of Brian saying "Points, man, 2021."
Okay,
Point.
I'll cut slower next time.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad to see the actual physical point exchange, because that is something some players need more practice with.
Mainly so Nima can tell people when they did a wrong calculation.
Yeah, when people score the hand wrong.
Yeah.
So, Nicky, why were you keeping 3-so here?
If it seems like I'm gonna cut one of my weaker blocks because the 797799 is not very good.
Okay, so in hopes of making that into a block, and then you can cut one of your pairs.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a Queen Obashi? I guess not.
I 8 pin.
What?
Nothing.
It's not a double reach.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nicky, this 2-mon push. And then 6-mon push. Any particular reason?
Your second,
It
you're
was, I think it was because I decided to push because my only reasonably safe tile was the 1-mon, right? And I was Ishan 10 with Dora's, so I decided to push.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can call the Dora for Mangan Tenpai, so
Yeah.
it's like I think it's totally fine.
oh,
Okay, so
interesting. The 1-2. Is that what you were gonna bring up, Nima?
well, yeah. So yeah, Kevin, what's the thought process behind breaking up the penchant here?
Let me see. I don't know what I was thinking at that moment, but probably it's like I don't want that. That's not a good block. So I
But then you don't have enough blocks.
yeah.
Yeah, if you want to break up weaker blocks like very early in the game, it might be okay, but you also need to, understand like the loss from like the loss in tile acceptance from doing so and have a plan to, make a better block later. Yeah. So just discarding a block is like, well, this is a weak block. I don't want this one. It's like, well, it's still a block, and like you don't have enough blocks after discarding it. So you kind of have to understand that balance.
Uh,
You can also think about it that way, right? You might think like your blocks, your hand is cheap, but when it's extremely cheap like this, it becomes more important to not deal in. And one of the best way to not deal in this to win yourself. So if you have a not great hand, and then you're going down from 5 blocks to 4 blocks, you're getting rid of all the possibilities of ending the game early. Out of luck. You're rejecting the luck if that were to happen to you.
So
That's how I think about it.
here I wanted to ask about the non-cut, right? Because in previous hands we saw, you like to keep a safe tile. But here you decide to cut out all your safe tiles. You have 5 blocks, so
Well, I decided to go up to 6 blocks here because
oh, sorry, I was talking about Kevin's hand.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because all of them are not very good. And then I cut the non over the hakus because if I were to draw another haku, it could speed up the hand by a lot.
Yeah, I was more talking about Kevin, right? Because in previous hands we saw Kevin keeping a safe tile,
Yeah.
but here you already have 5 blocks, Kevin, and you're keeping 2 lone tiles, 7 pin and 6 so.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, what were you planning on doing with the 7 pin or 6 so?
I can't remember like this game too much, but I really don't know what I was thinking at the moment. But yeah.
All right, so let's forget what you were thinking at the moment. Do you think it was a good idea to discard the south from this hand over a different tile?
Probably not. I think 7 pin is better.
And why is that?
Because it's useless.
Yeah. So this is the same sort of deal. Like if you have a lot of tiles or multiple tiles you're not going to use, then discard the more dangerous ones first, and then keep the safer ones for later.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a time where it'd be like 100% a good idea to hold the safe tile. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like you have to have a reason to hold safe tiles.
When I cut the non, was that an okay place to go 6 blocks?
Yeah, I don't really see a problem with it.
Okay.
We should talk about the 6-0 discard though.
Okay. Oops.
All right, here. So why discard the 6-0 from this hand, Kevin?
Probably because I think I have too much pairs. So I don't want to leave a 3-3-4-6 shape.
4 pair is generally the time where people could consider a cheat way.
That's true, but that's not really the point I was gonna make.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So with this hand, before you drew the 3-so, you had 5 blocks. But now that you drew the 3-so, you could potentially have 5 blocks that are Tanyao.
That's true.
So instead of discarding the 6-so and giving up on any chance of getting to Tanyao, I think it would have been better to discard 7 pin, right? And then
Yeah.
if you like draw 5-so, then you could discard 1 mon and move towards Tanyao.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prior to this 3-so draw, right? The 7 pin and the 6-so were equivalent. Is that right? In terms of
I mean, there's not a huge difference between them.
okay.
I guess just based on the discard, 7 pin slightly more likely to pair up later, but I mean, yeah, there's really no difference. But yeah, Nikki, you asked earlier about like, is it good to keep 6 blocks here? Oh, can we pause it? So I think it was good because it lets you hold on to the door as 6 mon as a potential to use that like even if you draw 2 mon.
Yeah. Okay.
But then here, discarding the 1 mon, like what is the like what's the idea behind that?
The idea is to go Tanya with the good 5 blocks and cut the 1/2 pin.
Okay, and then is there a reason why you cut the 1 mon before the 1/2 pin?
If I get the 3 pin, I would still keep that block.
Okay, that's good. One other thing I kind of wanted to mention regarding the 6 blocks, with the shape that you had, like it's kind of a bad 6 blocks because you could already accept 2 5 mon. Like the holding 6 blocks in that shape before did not add any tile acceptance. But it lets you choose later, right? So I think that was fine
Okay, cool.
for that reason as well.
I see.
Is Lilium like Menchine or something? Oh, hold on. Nicky, why discard the 1 pin over the 9 pin here?
Oh, that's a good question.
If I take the 8 pin, I'm still keeping that block.
But the
Like,
8 pin you can already use with the 6 pin.
Yeah, so if you draw the 8 pin, then what do you do? Do you discard like one of your pairs?
No, you're right.
Yeah, you would
I
still
think,
go Tanya,
I
right?
think
Yeah.
1 pin is a mistake.
And why is the 1 pin better to hold on to than the 9 pin?
It is safer.
Yes. Yeah, in this case, moving to 6 blocks with this 9 pin still doesn't add any tile acceptance, and you really don't get to choose later either. Because like this hand is pretty Tanyo anyway, and you're just holding a more dangerous tile that doesn't help. Okay, the 1-mon discard.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
Kevin, the 1
I
discard here.
think I decided to do Tang Yao then. So I discard the 1 mon.
So how many Shanten is this hand?
More than 2.
Yeah, it's not great. Especially if you go for Tanyao, then you're going back an additional Shanten because you have to, discard the 1-mon.
Yeah.
Isn't it just 2?
Is it 2?
I said more than 2.
Yeah, but it's just 2, right?
No, not if you Tanyao.
Oh, not for Tanya, no. But the
Yeah.
hand itself is 2 Shanten.
Yeah.
Oh, we should talk about the 7 pin discard.
I mean, it's sort of the same as the like keeping the 9 pin versus keeping the 7 pin. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that not the same sort of line of thought? It should have been 9 pin because 7 pin is safer.
Is 7 pin safer than 9 pin?
I don't think 7 pin is safer.
7 pin safer, right? Because it's one chance by the 6.
I think 7 pin's safer.
Yeah, I think 7 pin is safer.
Right. So
Like normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, normally 9 pin is safer, but since you can see 3 of the 6 pin,
Oh yeah.
and 9 pin's 9 pin's not Genbutsu to anyone or anything like that. So it's still like a normally dangerous tile. So 7 pin is safer than 9 pin in this instance.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, and you keep the 9 mon here. Is it because you think 9 mon is safer? Because it's Genbutsu video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the 9 mon is definitely safer than the 9 pin here. But that's just because the 9 pin is not safe against anyone. Oh, is this Tempai? So we should talk about the. So why, like, you can pawn the 8 mon for Tempai, right? But why not?
What?
The previous turn.
Yeah, let me go back.
Oh, here, this one.
Yeah.
Because sinking is too dangerous to do that.
Why is that?
It's only 1,000 point hand, and 3 soul is not that safe.
Yeah, 3 so's not safe at all, and
Yeah.
the weight would be bad. So like I think passing here is fine.
What if the weight was good, like a downman?
Then you should probably take it.
Hmm.
But like what I'm getting over the course of this review is that you really hate 1,000 point hands, Kevin.
True.
I don't think you should hate them that much. I mean, like it's honestly uncommon. Most players are like totally fine just winning whatever hands they can get. So like wanting to build more value into your hand is good. It's a good thing, but like not every hand is going to be expensive. You have to take the cheap hands when you can get them. After all, winning a cheap hand means that no one else wins the hand. So like it's still better than nothing. And then Nicky, the Dama here. Any particular reason?
There's 1 8 so I think the weight is quite bad, and that's mainly it. There's not that many tiles left.
I like that's good. I think you should also mention that even if you win on the 6 mon, it's already Mongon, so Ricci doesn't help.
Yeah, I thought that was yes.
Have to
So then you
explain.
reached here?
Yeah, because it wasn't safe, and I also am not gonna fold here. Compared to last turn, whereas like if I were to draw like a 7 so, I'd be okay with reaching that.
I think if you were gonna Dama before, you should still Dama on this 5-so discard. Like, just because the tile you have to discard is dangerous isn't really a reason to declare Ricci in this case. Like, the hand's already expensive enough. Ricci doesn't improve the value, and like it doesn't really make the weight more likely to come out either.
But it could improve the value, right?
I mean,
Guess that's my fault.
not by that much. Like, if you were looking for the value improvement, you should have reached it on the previous turn. Very good. We saw that Nicky was ready to pay before the hand was even finished calculating. That's good. That means you're checking their hand and you're paying them the proper amount.
Or maybe the improper amount.
You just like trick them.
Into thinking it's cheaper.
I don't think that's part of the competitive spirit.
So Nicky, you cheat 6, 7, 8. Wait, let me just go back to that. Just to make
It was a Kanchan 7 Manchi.
Yeah, like this. 6, 8, G to 7. You go in straight Onitsu on this?
Yes.
Why the Kanchan Chi and not the Yanmen Chi?
So I can still Pong the Amon.
I mean, there's like only one 8-mon left, so I'm not.
Yeah, that's true. And
I think
I guess it could also be my pair if I don't pair anything.
Yeah, I think the better answer is so you can still stick something to the 5-mon, because the 5-mon's a more middle tile.
Mhm.
Yeah, because when you're calling for a far Honitsu, you want to leave your you want to leave the shape of your hand in a way that it can like move more easily, so that you can stick more tiles of that suit to your hand and be able to use them. And with the 8-mon Anko, you can't really do as much with it as you can with the floating 5-mon.
I'm not sure what the knight pin discard from Kevin. Why cut knight pin here?
Good question. I forgot.
What are the other options, Brian?
I feel like you could cut, 4 pin or 1 pin. Seems like reasonable options.
Are you looking for like the Son Anko?
Yeah, why not? Could also just be Toy Toy.
But then in that case, isn't the 9-pin fine?
Usually you want to keep a better, weaker block, right? I'm not really seeing what the.
But the
I mean,
thing
you
is,
could also cut 3 pin.
I mean, cutting 3-pin has the widest tile acceptance.
Yeah, but I'm just saying either way, I don't think it's a 9 pin.
I don't think you can say, oh, you should cut 4-pin and then not cut 9-pin, because cutting 4-pin is making one of your blocks like terrible. But
Yes.
but cutting 9-pin is not making your 7-pin that bad.
I suppose, yeah. But it's a 1,000 point Ricci. I mean,
normally, yeah.
you could still get this on Anko, I guess.
Yeah, that's why you want to keep all the pairs and triplets together, right?
Yeah, I don't. If you're not going to, reach only. I don't see why 9-pin is that bad here.
I mean, even if you are going to reach only, I think 9-pin's fine.
Okay.
Like I think 9-pin's the best discard.
Hmm.
Yeah, because if you cut 4-pin, then like you don't even have a down man anymore. You have a pair of 3-pin with your 1-2-3-pin.
Well, what about the Chanta?
with
I wasn't
with
even thinking
multiple
about
three-
Shanta.
No, I was thinking about Chanta, but it's unreasonable.
Oh,
Okay.
You have too many 3-pin for it to be
Yeah.
Chanta.
how are you gonna make that Shanta? Was that Tsumogiri reach?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like he didn't put the tile in his hand in advance or something, did he?
Let me. Do you want to? Wait,
Why was there a small cut?
Did you cut?
I did not cut it there.
Some wizardry, I guess.
I don't remember cutting the video there.
Is the 2-so better than the 5-so?
It's two.
But by that logic, isn't 5-so also 2 chance from the 3-so?
Yeah, 5-so is better, right? Because I remember seeing something about like if you, or actually you can explain it, right? Because
2-so is
if-
better because it makes the 5-so safer after.
But discarding 5-so also makes the 2-so safer after.
Yes, but 2-so is just safer.
Not necessarily.
Can you explain why the 5-so is safer?
In this case, I don't think either of them will deal in, but the 5-so is slightly safer than the 2-so because it's slightly less likely to deal into a Champon or a Tanki because there's already one 5-so discarded. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, you just have to think about like the potential weights that those tiles can deal into. And in this case, the 5-so is like it's one of the potential weights is slightly less likely. Like I said, I don't think either of them deal in, but if it were like cheat toys somehow, then like 2-so Tonki is more likely than 5-so Tonki. So
Yeah, I see. Would you still do the 5-so first in Aga Ari?
I mean, probably. Unless you like think it's cheat toy, then the 5-so is still going to be slightly safer than 2-so.
This is 22 again.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't see the first pawn. What was the first pawn?
It was a pay.
Okay.
Calling from a guest wind.
Yes.
Should we talk about the West discard? I think so. So Kevin, what's the plan for this hand when you discard the West?
I already got 5 blocks. I kind of don't want the owner tiles because I might go Tangyao if I can use Dora.
Were you thinking about Chitoitu at all?
I might be.
Cheeto lets you use the Dora.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
pairs, no complete blocks means you should think about Chitoitu. Not necessarily go for it, but you should at least think about it.
Would you
I'm-
recommend it in this case?
It's Bimyo, I think. What do you think, Brian?
I personally think it's a good idea
To Chitoi?
to Chitoi, given that I don't think this hand is that close otherwise in comparison to what has already happened to the board. And going Chitoi allows you to, hold some safe tiles. Often.
Yeah, Chitoi also means that you can choose what to discard against your Shimocha more easily and not feed them whatever suit they need. Which, I mean, all you know right now is that they don't need Pinzu, but like you're not sure if they need Sozu or Manzu yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chitoi does give that option, but like still keeping the normal hand around since you have 2 Lianmen and could reasonably go for Tanyao, I think is fine. Maybe to balance everything, 8-Mon would have been an okay discard because you want to use the Dora, right? You still keep your pairs that way, and even
You're a robot.
You're a robot. You cut out. Say what you just said again.
okay, I will start over. I think that to balance everything, to keep Chitoi, to also move towards Tanya and use the Dora, discarding 8-Mon would have been fine instead of the first West. That way you keep your 4 pairs. Even if you draw 7-Mon, you can use it with your 5-Mon instead, so it's not really like a backfire. And you just move towards Tanya then.
Okay.
Oh, Kan Tu So Chi. Should you be worried about Lillian's calls, Nicky?
From my perspective, it looks like it's a Chanta.
Uh-huh. And should you be worried about that?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. What about the 4-pin discard though? The 4-pin was not it. Yeah, it was. Okay, I was right. Yeah, so after the 4-pin Tadashi, like like Chanta.
Why would she keep the 4-pin overpay if she was going Chanta?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
oh.
know. I I don't know, or it's just not Shanta then.
In this case, like it could be that she's moving towards Chanta, like she could have had 2, 3, 4 peen, and then she got a 1 peen, so now she discarded the 4 peen. I think the more likely explanation is that she has the Haku. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, like, what else would her Yaku be?
Sanshoku.
Sancho.
Yeah, I was thinking Sanshoku is another possibility.
But
But
then would
it's
she?
easier to just have Haku.
But yeah, but the 4 peen kind of makes it more suspicious,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah, you're
it'd
right.
be weird for her to have 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku with a 4 peen. Like, it's still possible, of course.
I see. Sus.
And we'll never know.
Well, hold on. I think we can elaborate even a little bit more. I mean, if it's a Sanshoku, right? You can think about the earlier discard regarding this open Sanshoku. It seems to be like a lot to give up. Because these are some good middle tiles. It could just be like a good close hand.
That's true.
So it's even less likely than if the board state is like turn 2, without the earlier discards.
Yeah, I think, like, given her discards, it's not unlikely that she's 10 by now.
Okay.
Because, like, discarding the safe pay, because the pay was the first tile Nicky pwned, and then the 4 peen afterwards is like, it means the 4 peen was probably related to her hand. If she was calling for like a Haku Otozuke or something, or just had a Haku Ongo, and was like maybe looking for Sanshoku a little bit, then the rest of her hand was probably pretty close already. And that means it's possible she was 10 by.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Kevin, would you call the Haku here?
I was
Maybe.
thinking about it.
Oh, you do? Wait, I thought you hated 1,000 hands.
Well, I might get a Sanshoku out of it.
Oh, okay. So 2,000.
Add a Chanta.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Chanta. Oh, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a Hatsu, and he could get Daisang again.
Could be anything.
Yeah, but we mentioned this before, but adding 1,000 to a 1,000 point hand to get 2,000 is really not worth the effort most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I once you call, I don't think you need to look at Chanta Sanshoku.
Yeah, so that's why I was wondering why the 6-mon cut. Because that's another block, right?
Yeah.
And you still need another block.
And then you could just get 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku instead.
True.
What
I
should we
think
start
I
with?
was thinking about going Chanta at that moment. So that's why. And then, like, I regret it after the 7-month.
Yeah, if you're going for Chanta, I mean, you have to force in another Chanta block, right?
Yeah.
And then even still, it'll probably be just another 1,000. You go from 1,000 to 2,000.
Well, I mean, in this case, it would be looking like to get Chanta from this hand, it pretty much has to be 789 Sanshoku.
Yeah.
And like with a pair of Hatsu probably, right? So it would be 39, but I still don't think it's worth how much you have to give up to get to that point when you could just much more easily win 1,000 points.
On
Yeah.
top of that, acceptance for Dora is just as much as Chanta.
Right.
Pom pom.
This is the greeting for a Chanta. I see.
Chanta Sanshuk.
Unfortunate.
If you're gonna break up a 6-8, an 8-mon 6-mon block, I feel like it's better to break up the 6-mon first. If you don't think anyone's already tenpai. Does anyone disagree?
I think that Amon has a higher chance of dealing in later to the Chanta.
Oh, you were worried about the Chanta?
Yeah.
I don't really think so, because he did have 2 chances of cheating it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would also kind of imply he went out of his way to go for an extra 1,000 points. Because he did poem with the Yakuhai, right?
Right.
And then, like, are you thinking that he gave up the 6-7 Liangmin? The Liangmin that accepts Dora for another 1,000 with lower efficiency? Like, you shouldn't assume that. Is what I'm saying.
I was actually also scared that Lillian was going Chanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you had to see what Lillian's Yaku is, because she poemed the guest win.
Right.
Mhm.
But in that sort of same line of thinking, couldn't you also say like, oh, I would rather, hold on to 8-mon so that it doesn't speed up her hand? Right? If she calls it, then, or if she has already tenpai, right? Wouldn't you rather die later than die now?
I don't think that you would think that she's tenpai in this case.
Yeah, but I mean, like, her call, like, potentially calling the 8-mon, like, if you were worried about Chanta, right? Wouldn't you rather throw it later?
No, because then you could just deal it.
Hold on. I wanted to say, like, you also have to think about upcoming dealer Ricci.
Yes. But I have tiles for that.
I guess. But you're close. Like, but if you only have to throw 8-mon, like, it's easier to tempt.
Okay, Kevin, do you cheat?
I think I cheat.
And then Tunky on 1.
Hopefully. Okay, good.
Interesting. Why the 6-0 discard, Nicky?
I was scared of the honor tiles dealing it.
To who?
Either of them.
Who is either?
Um,
Do you want to pause it, Aaron?
Kevin and Lillian.
So you're worried about dealing into a Chun Tanki or Pei Tanki?
Kind of.
The pay can only go into Lillian.
I mean, it could technically deal into the dealer.
Yes, but I don't think dealers tenpai or on the pay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think
I can
anyone's.
see the argument that I was being too overly safe here, and I should just like go straightforward.
I mean, yeah, because you're still each on 10, right? Like you're each on 10 either way, but discarding the 6-so means that you'll have to discard the dangerous 5-so to get to Tenpai. Whereas you can just discard a pair of honor tiles that are very unlikely to deal in and still be each on 10.
Nima, do you want to elaborate on the actual danger level on the 5-so? I think it's not very high.
Is it not?
Dealer did throw an 8-so for the chi, and then it's Nakasuji, and then the 6-so is one chanced.
The 6-so's no chance.
Yeah, I mean the 6-so is no chance, but I mean, I don't like the 5 is also pretty safe if you have to throw after the 6-so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
But
this will allow you to just pwn Chun and cut the 5, and it's actually faster.
That's if the Chun comes out.
Yeah, that's if it comes out.
But if Nicky thinks that someone might be Tonki on the Chun, then it might just not come out.
Okay.
Also, since Nicky could see all of the 6-so, that meant 4-7-so was a much better weight than usual. So like I don't know if the keeping the Chun route around is really worth it.
Makes sense.
But choosing between throwing pair of Pei or throwing pair of Chun, does it make any difference? But you can call the Chun for Ayaku, right? So in that case, you would throw the Pei, right? If you weren't going to toss 6-5.
I mean, if you were worried about the Pei dealing into the dealer, then you could throw Chun, because I don't think Lillian's Tonki.
Right. So Pei is probably
I
what you would do.
I mean, yeah, you could still throw like either one. I think is fine. Like if you throw an honor tile, I don't think you're expecting to call. Like you're expecting to retreat because you have 2 of the odd men left over. Live south. Okay, so now Nicky has to make a decision of which pair to discard.
Whoa, 5-so.
Oh.
Really?
5-so is pretty safe.
Ricci here.
Oh, Ricci. Was Lillian's last 1P a Tadashi or?
Do you want to go back and see?
Yes, please.
It was Tadashi.
Do you think Lillian might have another 1P?
Possible.
I think so.
So you're saying I shouldn't reach?
I'm saying if you don't Ricci, then she'll probably just deal in immediately, and
see.
then you don't have to take any more risk.
Did not think about that.
But that would mean reading that she was breaking up an Anko.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Here it is.
Yeah, here it is. That's where I would be. Oh, she folded.
Wh-
We'll never know now.
Wow.
Maybe she showed her hand after and Aaron cut it out. We might know.
We probably do know, right? Oh no, we don't. We don't. It's not guaranteed that she flipped it over.
Hmm?
Alright.
Tone call. You're going for possible 1,000 here? Or 1,500?
But I'm dealer. So
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I see, I see.
I don't think you should put that much weight on being dealer.
but I was last place. So I need solves too. So this dealership is pretty important.
But you're not last place by that much. Like even if it were South 4
Yeah.
and you weren't dealer, you could still get first place.
But then if I get small, then it'll be harder to catch back.
That's true.
But if you continue, like if you get Renchon, then someone could just sumo on you the next Kyoku. Like the logic doesn't follow.
But then I get more points.
Yeah, but like 1,500 more points.
I do have Adora, so
When you
I think
called, when you called, the Dora wasn't guaranteed to be used in your
Yeah.
hand. And even now, there's 3 Tumon discarded, so you're probably not going to get it either.
Now he just has to use 2 of them.
Like I don't think the call is bad. I'm just saying I think you put too much weight on your dealer if you would call for this hand just because you're dealer, but not if you're a non-dealer. Like for other hands where you like avoided trying to win 1,000 point hands. Do you know what the famous Mahjong pro and leader of the Unex Pirates Kobayashi Go Pro says about the dealership?
What's that?
He says it's only like every Renchon you get is really only worth about like 500 points. And that's taking into
Right.
account, of course, your dealer bonus, but also the fact that you have to pay double on a sumo.
Is that just him saying it or actual stats?
He did some like analysis.
Okay.
Can we go back to a few cuts to the Hatsu?
To the Hatsu?
Who's Hatsu?
Kevin's.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I think it's possible that you consider cutting 3 mon here.
yeah, definitely. But wait. But I do get slightly more likely to go to Tenpai for
by 1 tile though.
yeah.
Yeah. Like if they're all life, I think it's better. It could be slightly better, but in this case, I think it's definitely the Hatsu is a little better.
Yeah, because it was Shonpai, right?
Yeah, but the Hatsu is also Shonpai?
No, that's what I meant. The Hatsu was Shonpai. So 3 mon is better if you don't want to speed up people's hands.
No, I was thinking 3 months, like, because it's getting pretty late. I was thinking this 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you want to get rid of it. Oh, what? You pushed because you're Tenpai?
Yeah, it was manga on Tenpai.
Sounds good.
All right.
No one. Oh, the Lily has reshoot. But yeah.
would you guys keep the 1 pin over Sha? Just for, building another block?
Do you need another block in this case?
Wait, when the 1 pin was discarded,
Do you want to go back?
sorry, I thought it wasn't complete, the Manzu block. One, two, three, four. Yeah, that's 4 blocks here.
Okay, yeah. So, I guess the 5 pin draw was next
Right.
turn or something.
Right.
Yeah, then I guess you should keep the 1 pin just in case.
What we
I think
got?
I might at that time. I think I might go Honitsu.
Oh, okay. That's a reason.
Yeah, that's fine then.
I like it.
Is there anything you would call at this moment then?
7 Mon. But
Sounds good.
then I got more blocks on the other 2, so
So yeah, you kind of have to give up on the Honitsu now.
yeah.
With the hand in that shape, like if you chi 7 Mon and your only Monzu tiles left are like 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, I think it would be a good idea or a good way of thinking to consider the 5 Mon as like just a bunch of floating 5 Mon that you can stick other Monzu to get more Honitsu blocks. Because like you would only have 3 blocks at that point. But anyway.
So Nicky, you're thinking pretty hard here.
Interesting. Why the 8 so discard?
So if I were to discard one, then so I was thinking like then that would basically lock in 9 so as a pair. So the 8, it's not it's there's like no Ipeco basically. And
Why is that?
I think she wants to end on them, and I mean, she doesn't. She's afraid of tanking.
But like the 9 so, if the 9 so is your pair here. Oh wait, so you're saying if you discard 1 Mon, then you still think the 9 so would be your pair?
I feel like that would be the most likely thing happening, yeah.
There's already
But-
2 9s out.
Yeah, 9 so is dead already.
Yeah, I know.
I think you really shouldn't think that because if you just count, right, there's only 4 6-0s, but if you wanted to make a pair out of 7 8 Mon or 6 7 pin, there's 6 of for each. The chance of you ending for night. I mean, you could just get a pair somewhere.
I mean, ideally you want to pair the Chun, right?
Yeah. Well, the first question is, should I discard the Chun here?
I think it's okay if you keep it. But
So
I mean, I like personally, I think discarding 8 so is fine, but not for the reasons of, 9 so is probably going to be my pair.
So why would you discard 8 so here, Aaron?
Because I already have looking at 7 8 9 so as a completed block, right? You already have 1 2. If you look at the 1 2 3 4 as a Nobitan, then that's 2 3 4 5. You already have 5 blocks, and then keep the Chun just in case, right? So you have your pairs ideal pair generation is draw another tune, draw another 1-mon, draw another 4-mon, right? And then the 8-9, so the useless penchant is your useless 6th block, right? If you look at it like 6 blocks, then you cut your weakest block, which is 8-9. That's how I would look at it.
Another reason I cut the 8 so was because if I drew like 5 or 9, I would discard 7-8 for Itsu.
So you would break up your Sozu block or your Sozu sequence to look for the Manzu Itsu.
Yes.
Wouldn't it make more sense to just discard 9 so instead? And then if you make a pair in Manzu, then you have the Pinzu, the Onmen left over. Or if you pair up one of your Pinzu, then you get Itsu.
Wait. Like discard 9 so from 7, 8, 8, 9, 9?
No. 7, 8, 9, 9, right? Because you said like you're discarding 8 so here because if you draw 5 or 9 mon, then you're looking for Itsu. And you said that you would discard 7, 8 so, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so rather than confirming a pair
Uh-huh.
and breaking up a sequence, I think it's better to confirm a sequence and break up a pair, even if you're looking for Itsu.
But the 9 Zos are dead.
That's why you would discard the 9 so and just keep 7, 8, 9 so. Like we're talking one step in the future when you draw a Manzu tile that lets you look for Itsu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not discard 9 so and just keep the sequence together? And then even if you finish the Itsu first, you can just Tanki on something. Or if you pair up some tile in Manzu, then you have the Pinzu, the Onmen for Pinfu.
This is just
Nima is telling you that if you draw my 5 mon, do not confirm the NISO.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm just like trying to think why I thought that.
Oh, okay.
yeah, because confirming the 9 so pair right in that scenario would be just sacrificing a lot of tile efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think that there's an option that has not been discussed yet, somehow, and it would be discarding 4 mon.
Yeah, if you weren't gonna bring it up, I was gonna bring it up.
Okay. But yeah, this hand, I think you could reasonably look for Chanta.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you didn't cut the ASO earlier.
But there's only 2 7-sos left. And you have to get the 9 on the 9 pin, right? To shift it over.
Not necessarily.
You don't have to.
Oh, I thought you were
Like
saying...
you like if you get like the 7, 8, 9 Sozu Ipeko, right? And you have 1, 2, 3 mon, and then let's say you get 9 mon, right? Then your 5th block would be a pair of Chun. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you would just toss 6, 7 at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, you could, yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, like if I think I would just discard 4 mon from the hand and not look too much at Itsu because it looks like Itsu is going to be really hard to finish. Since you already have a complete sequence and a the Onmen somewhere else. So I would rather look for Chanta that can make use of the blocks you currently have and also make use of the Dora.
I mean, in general, the E2 is really easy to miss with the good shape you have.
Mm-hmm.
But then here
Yeah,
upon
like-
Brian, Oh,
Sorry.
go on.
Yeah, so I think I was just in my head I was locking the parent because I don't want the possible Tonki at the end. And I need to not think that way.
Yeah, don't be afraid of a Tonki. Dora Tonki is totally fine. It makes the hand worth Mongon.
Well, but like yeah, but if like if that wasn't a Dora, would that change anything?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if that wasn't a door, you would just get rid of it, right? Because it's a lone tile.
Yeah, easy.
Do we want to talk about this 9-mon cut from Kevin? This is going back a block, right?
Back to Shanten, yeah.
Yeah. Is it for Tanyao? Don't like the Fenchan? Other reasons?
I think because Tang Yao and the side weight.
But
I
it's not
think-
guaranteed Tanyao, right?
Yeah.
I also think since you have
3 of the 5 months.
yeah, the Anko of 5-mon, like 7-mon's not as bad as it normally would be as a weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to go Tang Yao at that moment.
I mean that might be fine, but like Aaron said, Tanya's not
Yeah.
guaranteed with the shape. Oh, I don't like this call.
I think I want to speed up the hand.
Does this speed up the hand?
It is now Ishanten.
It's Ishanten with a bad Kanchan and an unconfirmed Tanya Lianmen.
You're gonna have to throw the 5, so probably. Unless you pair up something here.
Yeah.
I think you could look at this hand in a way that's like, well, it's more likely to be Tanya because you can stick the 3-mon to the 5-mon Anko, so you can finish the Sozu and throw the 2-mon to confirm Tanya.
Okay.
But even then, that's still taking one additional step, so it doesn't speed up the hand. I think if you had called 6-pin to complete a Kanchan and then leave a Lianmen, it would be fine. But calling a Lianmen to leave a Kanchan kind of feels gross. Is this Ricci okay, Nicky? Well, I guess now it is.
I purposely slowed it down so we could see what tile Nicky drew. It's a 6-1.
Is it not okay?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I'm saying it's okay.
Why?
It's a Pinfu.
I mean, I think it's fine. I just wanted you to think about it. Yeah, I think if you're gonna discard the Dora, you kind of have to reach it. Discarding Dora and then not declaring Ricci would be kind of It wouldn't make sense.
Wait. Oh, is this your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You're going for Cheetah?
Yeah.
Yeah, five pairs make sense. It's Ishan then.
Right.
Discarding the Haku because there's 2 discarded.
Yes.
Makes sense. What do you do now? Sun Uncle chance? Nope.
Rather than Son
I
Uncle,
was-
wouldn't you be looking for Toy Toy?
Yeah, I was thinking, how easy do I think it would be to call the pairs that I have?
Okay.
I thought that it would not be easy.
Yeah, the only pair that would be easy to call, I think, was the 2-mon. Because 9-mon and 2-pin are already 1 out, and 5 so is a middle tile. So I think confirming Chi Toy here is fine. And then this entire time, Kevin's just been kind of keeping the Dora 3-pin around, even confirming the on men's to keep it. So now when faced with a Ricci, it's going to be kind of difficult to discard the Dora, right?
Yeah. Even so, basically, if. Oh, okay. Well, we can see here what happens. Yeah.
Chi to break Ipatsu.
Pretty close game. You want to pause and
Yeah.
look at the scores? So Lillian's dealer 269. Juan is 306. Kevin is 289 and Nicky is 336.
Okay, so Nicky just needs to end the hanchan to get
Yep.
first. So then, what are your conditions here, Kevin?
289. I calculated at that time. I forgot. I need to recalculate it.
Yeah, you can just do that now.
So core difference 4-7. So either a 2-6 direct hit or small a 3-9. Right?
You mean like 1,000,
What
2,000?
No, he means 26 and 39. Like direct tick 2600 or Samoa 3900.
Well, Sumo, the 3900 hand would be 1,000, 2,000.
Yes,
So.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I was making sure of.
Oh, okay.
And then winning from anyone else.
That's going to be 5-2.
Yeah. So you pretty much just need to make it a closed 26 hand. So like it could just be Ricci, Dora, or something, right? And then
Yeah.
if you Tsumo, that's enough. If you get a direct hit on Nicky, that's enough. Or if someone else deals in, if you get Ura, then that's enough.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Even if it's not enough, you still go to second.
It was a pretty long game. And after all this, it's still really close.
Yeah. It was a real
Oh, okay.
grind.
So what happens here?
Let's find out. Let's find out.
I think I kept the Dora.
No.
You kept Dora acceptance, you mean? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Hmm.
I think that's good.
You think that's
Yeah.
good, Brian? Okay.
Because if I leave hanchan, I might not get Paifu at the
Okay.
end.
It might just be reach only.
Yeah.
I
it's
don't think
Senpai.
that's relevant.
It's Tenpai.
He was Tenpai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Paifu is relevant here because like it Paifu doesn't help you get your conditions, right?
If I get reach, Paifu, and Dora,
I think Nemo is talking about Pingfu Wing on the 7.
What?
What?
No, I'm talking about Paifu like period. Like yeah, your conditions are like 26, 1000, 2000, or 52, and Paifu doesn't help you with any of that.
Yeah,
Like if you add
you're right.
yeah, if like let's say you had Richinomi, right? And that's only 13, or if you Tsumo, it's 500, 1000. If you add Paifu to that, it's only 2000 or 700, 1300. And those are still not enough to make your condition. So the one Han from Paifu here is worthless.
but I might also get one Han from the Dora.
But if you get Han from the Dora, then you don't need Paifu, because then that's already enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think keeping the 4 so around to accept the 3 Sodora is the good play here, but I don't think you should care if it ends up being Paifu or not.
Okay.
Like if you draw 2 so and you have to reach it on a 3 so Kanchan, I think you should take it because it's enough, right?
All right, what now?
And this is also Tenpai.
Yeah. But this senpai is bad. And on leash, no me.
Gotta pray for the world.
What do you throw though? This is
I
don't
think I
it's-
smoke it.
Hmm.
Is that the correct discard? We should stop it.
Yeah.
Why Tsumogiri? Like what are the options here? So we already covered like you're not going to take this Tenpai because it's not enough. So
Yeah.
you're not going to discard 4 so. But then like if you don't like it, what are the other choices instead of discarding 8 pin? Are there any other choices?
Or
No.
I think Forza is okay.
How about 9 pin? Nine pin?
Why 9 pin?
Final chance?
Yeah, the real question is why not 9 pin?
The what chance?
Tanyao.
Oh, Tanyao chance?
Yep, that means you could do con 5 so for 26.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't even have to be con 5. So, you just stick something to the 4 so, and if you get Tanya by like drawing the form on along the way, then it's enough. Like, it doesn't even need to be the Dora. But yeah, you should definitely discard 9 pin and look for Tanya. Maybe, I mean, you probably won't get it, but like, why give up on it for no reason.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Right. It's an interesting thought.
I
Three.
would do the Forso here.
Why? Well, would you reach Nicky?
No.
So why discard Forso?
You take the Tenpai, and it gives you an Ipeco chance.
On what tiles does it give you any Peico chance?
On the 7-pin, right?
But there are other tiles you could draw that would get you Ipeco Tempai, right?
I guess. Just don't locking your diamond. Just draw the diamonds.
Yeah, I mean, if you discard Forso, then 2, 3, 5, 6 pin also get you Ipeco, and of course 7 pin does.
I misunderstood. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
'cause, like,
just think it's better than not taking the Tenpai.
I could see that. Yeah.
Like, there's just a lot of stuff you can do with the pin too.
And then your 9 so discard here.
Confirming Itsu, 6 blocks.
Is that what that is, Nicky?
I don't know what else you would cut here. What?
I mean,
like,
you could
and what
you
there?
could just go towards 5 blocks.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you chose to get 6 blocks, right? So
Yeah.
like there has to be a reason, right?
Just don't want to miss any tile.
I mean, I'm like totally fine with the 9 so discard. It's just you gotta have a reason.
All right, Kevin, you're Tenpai for the 3rd time now.
This time I got reach for Ipeco chance.
But the thing is, you need one more Han, right? So you have to get Ipeco or Aura.
Yeah. Which I did not.
Elbow on the table, bad manners.
What's would you go in, Kevin? Would you go into 2nd place if you reach Painful Zimo? I guess you're trying to find out on video.
And that's what happened.
Spoilers. No, but yeah, you should easily reach this hand. It's a 3-sided weight, and even if you don't get Ura or anything that lets you get first, then you still get second. But do you pass and greed for first, or do you just take second?
I know.
I don't think you pass here, right? You just take it.
Yeah, you definitely just take it.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Didn't get any Ura.
I mean, the handshake was hard to get Ura.
Yeah.
Still got an extra 20,000 points from the placement bonus, so it's totally fine.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And there's the final score. All right. Any closing words?
Don't be afraid of penchants or 1,000 point hands.
Very nice.
And don't worry about your dealership too much.
It's only worth each Renchon's only worth 500 points, you said? Or Go said?
Yes, according to Kobayashi Go.
Kobayashi Go. Okay. All right. I'll end the recording here.